Good morning, this is the ExactTrades.com Shakers Report for August 31st, 2011. We're taking a look here at the SPY, the S&P 500. You see yesterday's session pretty much held up with the trend that we've been on, higher highs and higher lows. We did have the sell-off on the consumer sentiment report, had kind of a quick spike down to this 119 area and then a snapback rally. So set the highs here at 121.89, just under 122, and then 122.50. So pre-market, we're holding up. Looks like it's going to try to test that high at 122.50. Look for a push into 123 and possibly 124. On the downside, I'd watch right around here on this 121.45. Check this for support here at 120.77, and then 120, and then about 119. So each one of these areas, just watch for it to have support or resistance, especially if you're in some trades, whether it be long or short. Adjust your stops and adjust your targets as necessary. So let's go ahead and look at today's trades. First up, we have ANV. You can see this resistance level here, 42.93. Testing it here a couple times, just below it. So we're kind of building up under that resistance level. We're going to look to take this long over 43.06. So right there, take it long. First profit target is going to be 43.49. Second profit target is going to be 43.92. And then I would leave a small piece to see if you can push over 44 and come into 45. So just trail that last quarter of your position, see if it'll trend up into 45. And next we have AUY, resistance level here about 1620, so right about here. See it tested it a couple times. We're going to look for a breakout over that. We're going to take it long over 1621, right there. First profit target is going to be 1637. Second profit target is going to be 1653. Watch it at 1650. You could find some resistance there before your target at 53. So you may need to take some off a little bit early before your target. See if it'll push through. And then I would just trail a stop up into 17. Now we're looking at CVI. You can see the resistance level here from yesterday's session right around 28.86. Tested it a couple times here. Also broke the previous high around 28.70. So we're looking for a move higher over 29. Would take this long over 29.05. So right there. First profit target is going to be 29.34. Second profit target is going to be 29.63. And then I would trail a stop on the last piece, even come into 30. Probably going to find some pretty good resistance around $30. Now we're looking at MAKO. Still wanting for it to have a solid breakout. Moved up in yesterday's session, but I wasn't really convinced yet that it was getting a full breakout and some nice acceleration on the long side. So I'm going to look to take this long over 36.05. It's right about there. First profit target is going to be at 36.41. Second profit target is going to be at 36.77. And then I would trail a stop into 37, possibly 37.50. Just kind of see how it goes with the trend, see if it continues to set higher highs and higher lows. At that point, I'd also keep your eye on the market, see if we're getting an up day in the market or trending up day. I'm going to be much more patient with a long trade if we have another strong day in the market. Now we're looking at TIVO, T-I-V-O. We're actually on the daily chart here. I wanted to show you the different times it's tested this resistance just under 11. You have these two times here back in February. Had the big spike on the news back in April. And then tested it again in June, July, tested a couple times. So if we can get a breakout over 11, could go on a pretty nice run and be tradable. I'm not saying that it'll sustain the run, but I think you could get probably 2 to 3% on a breakout over 11. So we're going to look for a breakout over 11.07. Take it long right there. First profit target is going to be 11.17. Second profit target is going to be 11.28. And then I would trail a stop on the last quarter to see if you can go into 11.40, possibly 11.50 right there. So, we're looking for about 3 to 4% overall on this trade if we get a breakout over 11. And it could happen pretty quickly. It could happen within, 5 to 10 minutes of it breaking that line. So just be alert, watch for that break. Now we're looking at AZPN. You see this support line right here, right in that area. We're going to look for a break below that line. There's also a little bit of support here at 1640. We're going to take this short under 1635. So right about there, take it short. First profit target is going to be 1619. Second profit target is going to be at 1603. And then I would just trail a stop down into probably 1580. could break that and come down into this 1550 area. That would be the last target on it, but I think you're going to find some support somewhere in this area here around 1585 as the last piece. Now we're looking at DF. See the support level here at 790. We're still a little ways off of this bottom, but I think that we could hit it today possibly. We're going to look for a break below this support level. We're going to take this short under 785. So right there, first profit target is going to be 778. Second profit target is going to be 771. And then I would trail the last piece down into 760, possibly 750 right there. So just try to get as much as you can out of that last quarter of your position, but watch for support between 760 and 750. And lastly, we have LRCX, support levels at 35.65. Quite a ways off the support here. Going to see some support here in this trend line right here, horizontal support line. Going to look for a break below this. Going to take this short below 37.43. First profit target is going to be 37.06, so right about there. Second profit target is going to be 36.70, and then I would trail the stop down. Probably going to see some support at 36.50, and then some more down in this area right around 36. So watch those two areas with your last piece. So those are the trades for today. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.